Now, I will fully confess that I have been putting off projects around the property for months, if not years, because my Wi-Fi sucks. I'm serious. It doesn't matter if I'm trying to pull up a tutorial in the garage while I'm building something, or listening to a podcast while I'm reseeding the lawn that my wife swears her little dog has nothing to do with. I can barely get a bar of service outside the walls of my tiny bungalow. Especially if I want to live stream me restoring my vintage German motorcycle, I seriously need to upgrade the Wi-Fi. So this is the TP Link Deco BE11000, specifically the Wi-Fi 7 model. And a lot of people regard this as the professional consumer grade for TP Link. You can find incredible deals online when they go on sale. It has all the ports, including 2.5 gigahertz, which I'll get into a little bit later with an old router I'm trying to use. But my benchmark for quality will be, can I get HD or 4K playback in the garage? And can I walk to the corner of my house without having to leave the phone on the front step before I lose signal? All of the copper cable from my ISP comes through my foundation right here in my utility room. And I'll draw this out here. Now, tell me if you think this is a good plan. I could put one of the mesh routers in the corner of the house in my office right here. And the other one is going to go right where I'm standing in the utility room right here. So whether I was at the side of the house where I recorded my intro, in the garage where I want to make more content, or the front yard where I have more projects, let me know if there's a better place that I can be putting these. Well, the best option right now is to sip a cocktail and think about this while I make dinner, because I don't want to make this too permanent, because ideally we'd like to find a different home soon, and I don't want to make more work for myself, and that means I only want to do this once, so wish me luck.
One stuffed pepper's dinner later.
Okay, welcome to the floor of my office where we talk about wireless routers and home network systems. And the good news is anyone upgrading their home network with something from TP Link doesn't have to overthink the position of the mesh nodes and where they are in the house. Because something I realized, the 2-pack covers over 5,000 square feet of continuous coverage, which is almost 3 times as much as what I'm getting from the factory router from my ISP. So having 2 of these in my tiny 1,000 square foot bungalow is going to be more than enough to cover the front and the backyard as well. It's technically best practice to have these wired, they call it wired backhaul. You can wirelessly connect them, which I might do if I put a third one in my garage. But thankfully, I did run Ethernet through my house in the very convenient drop ceiling I have in the basement. So as long as there's nothing critical I'm missing in the instructions, I should be able to install these right away. Doesn't matter if they're going to be in series or parallel. One of these units is going to be beside the internet box from my ISP, and the other one is going in the basement, which you saw earlier. But I almost forgot. I think the only thing I need to do is turn my local gateway from Rogers or Shaw or whatever into bridge mode. And what that does is turn off the Wi-Fi from the ISP's network. Then I believe if we can rename the new TP Link wireless network to the old credentials, so in theory, everything in my house should connect to the existing username and password. I think that should work. Next stop, bridge mode. Wish me luck. Ooh, okay. I think that's supposed to be working properly. Oh, nice. I was worried they would be way bigger than this. That's not bad at all. That's actually smaller than the ISP's box there. These were bought from Costco, so if I have any issues, they will absolutely take them back, but I'm confident these will be good. Of course, we have 2.5G and a USB port, which we might, I don't know, for shits and giggles, just try one day. My internet still work? Okay, good. This one will go in the basement. I'll leave that for now. I like how they orientated the plug the right way so this doesn't take up too much space in the power bar. That's a bonus. Ooh, I'll just stick you in the middle. How does that sound? This is the cutest little patch cable I've seen. I just wish they gave me 2 of them. Okay, there's a reset tool, the quick installation guide. I'm only going to look at this if we have any issues. This is literally just going to go 6 inches from the back of here to the back of here. Okay, I just have to get this done before my wife comes home. See, most people don't actually know this, but my office we're in right now is only 70 square feet, roughly. It's about 7.5 by maybe 9.5 feet. And one of the reasons for getting a new house is to have a little bit more square footage, including a larger office. Actually, my camera batteries are full. I think I'll find a new home. All right, here we go. And I don't know, just pick one, I guess, the bottom one. Click, and we have power. Should I peel this off? Oh yeah, see it says remove or else the Wi-Fi can't get out. Should I download the TP Link app? I feel like that's probably a yes. He says plug in your Deco and wait for your device to pulsate blue, which it is currently doing. Okay, Deco connecting. Now Deco connected. Okay, now I create my new home network. Everything seems to be working, but I was just about to head downstairs and the app shows me this. It says for some reason it can't connect to the home network again, which is weird because I can look up Speed Queen dishwashers on my laptop and my desktop computer works okay. So my hope is when I plug in this in the basement, somehow the app is gonna find it and everything will fix itself. But beyond that, everything is as plug and play as you can possibly get. Okay, let's go make a tea and go downstairs. Oh, poor cell phone. All right, now, if you don't want to hear a millennial's thoughts on life and technology and all things Wi-Fi, you can skip ahead to this timestamp. And I think a lot of people can agree just how much a bad internet connection can honestly sometimes affect your day. There's been so many moments where you have a really hard day at work, you want to just chill on the patio and sip something cold and watch a new Asmongold video, but you can't because the signal is too weak. And depending on the kind of work that you do in the line of business, especially content creators, there can be a certain opportunity cost that's lost with having bad internet. But no matter what way you look at it, internet is a resource. It's a necessary utility. And the same way I wouldn't want inconsistent or bad power or water to my house, I need to have the internet just as reliable. Call me crazy, that's just the way I think. Now today we're having some chai tea with honey and a cream, of course. I am now standing in a utility closet that is about 10 feet away from the window that faces the garage where I want to mount my other TP Link Deco node. Just look at the lengths I go to for your YouTube entertainment. But I got this really old Asus Alien router for a really good deal back in 2019. And if this was my forever home, I would be putting a network switch and a server rack and running cat cable all over my house, but this just has to last me, well, hopefully this year I can find a new place. Look how crazy these things were. And it's being replaced with this. And it's a really good thing that I have 4 ports on here because one will go to the other TP Link mesh node, one will go to the back of the TV in the living room, and the other one goes to the Roku in the theater room, which is right over there. Add new Deco unit. Oh, and just like that, it's done. That was way too fast. Now I have this crazy idea where I'm going to take Claude Cowork and hook it up to a Raspberry Pi running the Home Assistant app, and then I'll be able to tell Claude how I want it to program all my different home automations. It's going to be really cool. Now all I need to do is test how good the Wi-Fi works and then reflect on my decision of spending $450 upgrading my network. Okay, let's see here. Hey, I am fine with 53. That is 10 times better than what I was getting before. And the real world test will be if I can watch a live stream in 1080p 60. And look at that, it loads instantly. At the same time, can I play a YouTube video? If enough of you leave a nice comment, I'll try to get someone to send me a free drone so it can fly over top of my house so you can see me walking around like a video game. Because I'm in the corner of my yard right now, and this is great. And I'm positive my nerdy Apex Legends friend would approve.
Is the lifeline killable for me? Huh? What's up, little
So I think life goes by way too fast to live with slow Wi-Fi, so if you want to support more adventures like this, consider joining the members club or subscribing to me on Patreon. Now I gotta watch a video on 3D printing some lawnmower parts, so I will see you in the next one. Diggler out.